If you feel alone, you struggle with money, and you are drawn to this episode, it might feel like just bad luck in your life. But what if I told you that you will probably no longer have to deal with these things? And being broken alone has actually served you. When you learn the 4 reasons why this happens for the chosen ones, why many of them are broke and alone, then you will experience more abundance than you could have ever dreamed of. But before we get to those reasons, what is actually a chosen one? A chosen one is someone who feels called to a higher purpose. And it's not about being better than others. It's about carrying a soul mission that often feels different, intense, and sometimes lonely. Chosen ones often feel a deep sense of purpose. Even if the what isn't clear, they know they're meant for something greater. They often feel like an outsider, like they don't fit in with mainstream society. I've often felt like an alien in a human body. And then sometimes I have to pretend to be human to fit in, to be more normal. Chosen ones also have heightened intuition, empathy, or psychic gifts. Many of them have had early challenges like trauma, loss, or hardships that served as a spiritual catalyst. Many of them are truth seekers, so they question norms and crave deeper meaning. And they can see through the illusions of the world and often feel called to guide others out of it. Let me know in the comments if you feel like that resonated, like you are a chosen one. And if you are, keep watching. Without further ado, here are the 4 reasons why chosen ones often feel alone and they're broke. And then after I give you these reasons, I will go through why this is actually to your benefit and will lead to more money that you and probably your whole ancestral line have ever experienced. Number 1 is isolation for transformation. Chosen ones are often set apart from others so they can go through an inner transformation. Solitude leads to awakening, healing, and clarity. This is why so many monks go to a cave to meditate. They purposely isolate themselves. So it's not a coincidence that you are alone. Your higher self has literally seeked that out so you can have this transformation. They're often stripped of relationships, friendships, and things that no longer serve them. I remember, it must have been over 10 years ago now, where my psychic said that things will fall away from your life that no longer is in alignment. Even things like your clothes will be different. And this all happened, and it was so tumultuous and difficult for my ego to go through that shedding of my old self. But now when I feel so much more in alignment, it feels so good. So it was worth it. So really hang in there. Just like in the myths, the hero must go into the wilderness alone before returning with wisdom. The hero's journey, right? So remember, aloneness isn't punishment, it's preparation. I've struggled to find friends most of my life. I haven't had much of a social life. I remember in high school when the groups were forming of people and I would just jump between groups to groups because I didn't really fit in, and I don't think I ever met anybody outside of school. And now I live on the countryside, so even less friends in my life now. And I remember thinking, am I not likable? What is going on? And then I followed on YouTube Ophelia and Tikal, which are a twin flame starseed healing couple. And I did a reading with them, and I also downloaded their free ascension scale. And what was interesting is that the more you've ascended, the less people you will be friends with usually. So when I saw that, I was like, what a relief. And this is why I've seen so many people who feel alone, who are spiritual. This is why we're not freaks, we're just ascended very high. Me and my partner, we're moving somewhere which is more social. There's more people our age, and I will make an effort to make some friends, but I'm not feeling this huge pressure that I need to have loads of friends like my sister and brother do, and what is expected in society. Reason number 2 why the chosen ones often feel alone and are broke is because financial difficulty leads to detachment and grit. Being broke helps the chosen ones detach from materialism and build character. When you're not tied to money or status, you're free to question everything and find your own truth. It forces you to surrender and have deep faith that the universe will provide. You realize what really matters: purpose, impact, love, and not status or possessions. And the good thing is that abundance often comes after the lesson of surrender. So affirm in the comments to claim, abundance is my birthright. Reason number 3 is that you are not meant to fit in. Like I said, I've always felt like I don't fit in, and my guess is that you felt the same in your life. You think differently, you question norms, you think differently, and you carry wisdom that others may not be ready for. And being cast out pushes you onto your soul-aligned path. Lonely equals leader. You're being prepared to lead and not to follow. And if you feel called to share your gifts as a content creator, but feel overwhelmed where to start, then feel free to book a free business clarity consultation, link in the description. Reason number 4 is that pressure creates power. So if you imagine your money problems and being alone as pressures and pressuring you into a diamond, it forges you into a leader, healer, teacher, or visionary. You're entrusted with higher power only after proving you're not driven by ego or greed. So no, you're not being punished, you're being polished. The loneliness, the financial struggle, the feeling of not fitting in, it's all part of your activation. The universe strips you down not to punish you, but to realign you. When you realize these challenges are training, not punishment, that's when everything shifts. You become magnetic. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You step into your purpose and abundance flows to match it. Not just money, but peace, alignment, and freedom. And in that moment you realize you were never broken, you were being built. And if you're ready to step into your birthright as a spiritual leader, but you're not sure which business model is suitable for you, then I have made a video just for that, comparing the best business model for spiritual people like you. Check out the episode below.